Now Serviceman is there, ready to go. Set and racing now. First to leave on the inside, Zoo. Blue Skates jump well. Playwrighter was away nicely. Serviceman's got a bit of early dash, and going up there as well is Rockanori. 4 deep going past the 1,000, cutting over. In behind those came Parlins. Outside Blue Skates settling into stride. A length and a half away is Twice a Fortnight, getting around Regal Access. On the inside of those is Pennies Afield. The last group, 4 lane, back there in company with Dan Torrio and Key Trade. They went past the 700, working along the side. Serviceman had burned them off, settled about 3/4 to a length in front of the newcomer Rockanori. Over on the inside, Zoo parked up there third, getting a great run to the home turn. 3/4 Playwrighter. Over on the outside is Parlins. Back on the inside then came Pennies Afield at the top of the home straight. Twice a Fortnight. Blue Skates getting out underneath of it, and back on the inside is 4 lane, racing a bit greenly as they went to the 250, and now reaching the lead Rockanori. Rockanori headed Serviceman. Zoo runs to third, followed by Pennies Afield down the outside, but Rockanori holding them at bay, and Rockanori scores on debut. Rockanori, the former high-priced yearling, beat home. Pennies Afield grabbing second from Serviceman, and Playwrighter from Zoo. 4 lane, Twice a Fortnight, and Key Trade deeper out. A gap to Parlins. Blue Skates hasn't fired. Further back is Regal Access, with Dan Torrio rounding them all up at the tail end of the field. Rockanori rolls home to win. The Grant Williams trained colt, lovely colt he is, by Awesome Rock from Nishikawa. Rockanori worked up outside of the pace set by Serviceman, hit the lead halfway down the straight. Pennies Afield working to the line well, and the pacemaker battled on with Zoo behind them. But Rockanori, this very sharp-looking 3-year-old colt, trained by Grant Williams, saluting here at its first outing. Paul Harvey aboard. Confident ride as well by the Pontiff to land this newcomer. Shook him up, but he responded well, and has taken out the Western Race Picks maiden. Second going the way of Pennies Afield. Chris Parnham aboard. Serviceman third, Troy Turner. And fourth goes the way of 3, Playwrighter in front of Zoo. 7:10.23, 3/4 by a long neck. The margins, the time is 1:13.18. They're certainly not punching out fast times after the first 2 races for the day. Conditions are perfect here, 34.59 being the sectional there. So it was a sprint home. In the second event, Rockanori was too sharp. Raced by NJ Pinner, the younger family, Tony Bahagia, T. McClernand, H. McClernand, J.L. McClernand, G. Ralston, A. Davidson, C.W. Chelwell, Ross Fitzgerald, Craig Sherry, Brad Starkey, Trevor Nisbet, A.D. Young, Neil Warburton, M. Banks, Mrs. Alana Williams. Rockanori home in the second. Eased in the market, got right out to 350 at one point, jumped 330 there with the WOP. Pennies Afield 10, Serviceman 15. But punters off the money with their support for Blue Skates and also Zoo. The next event, the C Corp Maiden over the 1400. Brad Parnham will ride number 2, the favourite, American Troop. No scratchings to come. They'll go at 9 after 1 o'clock. As Britt Taylor joins us back in the yard there, might be a case of handsome is as handsome does with this colt.
Yes, absolutely. The mare always throws a really nice looking horse, and this one no exception. Rockanori, the market, sided up with him on debut. Grant Williams joins me now, and Grant initially purchased by Eastern States Connections, but he's found himself back in WA. How long's he been with you?
Yeah, we've probably had him a year, Brett. He's been Shinsaw a couple of times. Had him penciled in as a Guineas type, but he went Shinsaw last prep, so we give him a good break, and then hopefully this time we're going to get a few runs out of him.
Fair to say, if you had him penciled in for a Guineas, that he's shown above average ability at home?
Yeah, I mean, he looked like he was still pretty green today, but it's good Paul took all the luck out of the equation and just put him outside the leader. You know, he's a bit stop-start, looks around a little bit, but I think we've got something to look forward to.
What was the most encouraging aspect of what you saw today?
Oh, just when he actually put one on him and got him going at the end. You know, he actually changed stride and got going, so Still doing a lot of things wrong, but that's good. That's his first race start.
Where to next?
We'll obviously get him home and just make sure that he's not shinny, because he's been a couple of times and he's a heavy boy. But look, we'll probably look to, yeah, he probably caught me on the hop there, midweek or a Saturday, I'd say.
Well done on the win.
Thank you.
There's Grant Williams. Good performance by Rockanory on debut. The awesome Rock Colt. And over to Michael Heaton.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Paul Harvey. He's just weighing in at the moment to see if he'll come back out. I think he's just about to make his way out. Correct weight, it appears. Really nice win there by Rockanory on debut, and winning rider Paul Harvey coming out now. Paul, he looks green, this horse, but seems to have a real motor.
Yeah, he seems to be learning as he goes. You know, he's still probably a fair way off.
And the recent trial looked impressive. Did you come here with a bit of confidence today?
Yeah, he's a nice little horse. Obviously got a fair bit of natural talent, but still learning. So, but you know, the natural talent gets him through.
Did he switch off a little bit late there, just with that greenness?
A little bit, but you know, to his credit, he went round to the gates, and I thought, oh, if they go a bit steady, he might sort of take control a bit. But they did steady up, and at least he listened to me when I sort of asked him to sit. So got a fair bit of horse to work with, I think.
And a couple of nice chances coming up for you still today. Is Kick a Goal Son probably the best of them?
You know, it's a long day. Hopefully there's a couple there.
All right, best of luck.
Cheers.
Well, the day must feel a little bit shorter when you're able to get a winner early in the program for Paul Harvey, but it is a long meeting, 10 races. Rockanory takes out the Western Race. Picks mate.
Stick knife. Gotcha.